Hi there, so I'm continuing my search for a single copy of each of the skill books scattered throughout Skyrim. In this episode I'm going to be concentrating on the illusion skill books. I will put the timings in the description, hopefully I can get the chapters to work. Now I'm choosing the 5 that I consider are the easiest to obtain for people who want to avoid stealing. Where it's appropriate, I'll also offer an alternative for the folks who simply wish to read the book to obtain the skill boost, or who in fact are not worried about stealing. So I'm starting this video in Stony Creek Cave. I'm right at the entrance. There is Stony Creek Cave, near Anselvund and Mazulft. So let's get on our way. And the first book I'm looking for is The Mystery of Talara, Part 4.
What was that?
Now ain't this a surprise?
Right, I'm probably going to get hit by this trap. So there we are, I'll just use a candlelight spell to light things up. And there we have our first illusion skill book. The rest of the books I'm going to be collecting are all actually outside, so there are not going to be quite as many loading screens on this run. Some of these locations were actually quite tricky to find when I was doing the research earlier, but hopefully you'll be able to get to them quite easily if you follow this guide. So we are now heading for Before the Ages of Man, and there is a simple copy to obtain at Sky Temple Ruins. If you wish to avoid combat and you simply wish to read Before the Ages of Man, there is a copy in the Jarl's quarters at Dragon's Reach in Whiterun. If you try to take that copy, it will be classed as stealing. I've cleared out the enemies from this location already. And here we are. So the next book on our search is 2920 Sun's Dawn, Volume 2. And for this one, I'm heading to Old Rolden, when I can find it on the map. Here we are. So there is a small island between Old Rolden and Reachcliff Cave. And there is a chest on that island which contains the book. If you do have trouble with this one, you can also obtain a copy of 2920 Sun's Dawn Volume 2 in Movarth's Lair, just outside Morthal. I'll just slip into third person, it might be a little easier for you to see where I'm going. And that's where we're headed, this small island. Try my best not to get washed down the waterfall. That's 3 down. The next book is The Black Arts on Trial. And on this one, I'm headed to Meerwatch, just outside Morthal. It's not in Meerwatch. There is a burial mound nearby, or a tomb, whatever you want to call it. And that is a location for the skill book. You also obtain a copy of this from Orag for completing the mission. Hitting the books. I forgot the name of the mission then. I'm actually going to wind time forward a little bit. It's a bit too dark to see properly. Yes, and there is also a copy of the Black Arts on Trial in the white file in Windhelm. It's just behind the counter. Yeah, so people should be able to find this location quite easily. Just need to find a way to get to the top and drop down. There is no external exit. And here we are. Almost done, just one more. And the final book we're looking for is Incident at Necrom. And for this, I'm travelling to Dawnstar. So there is a shrine to Dibella just south of Dawnstar, and that is where we are headed. I will just give you an alternative before we set off. Yeah, you can also pick up a copy of Incident at Necrom. There, Pine Moon Cave, close by Volskegger, if you fancy fighting vampires. But I think this one is going to be quite a bit simpler actually. Some of these outdoor shrines can be a little bit tricky to locate, but I don't think this one is too much of a challenge. It's really just picking the right spot to climb up the hill. So you can see the shrine just under my crosshairs there, hopefully, on the top of this peak. So we just need to get up there. Then our task is complete. We will have all 5 of the illusion skill books. So that's a nice view for my thumbnail. and I'll just run through the books that I've collected. There we are, all 5, no theft necessary. And I hope this video proves useful for some other adventurers. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.